Hey guys, it's Scarlett, plant-based vegan, trying to live my best life, and I want to help you to live yours. And in this video, I am celebrating my 1-year veganniversary. Woo! You guys, I have been a plant-based vegan for a whole year now. And I wanted to give you an update on some of the amazing things that have happened to my body since I've gone completely plant-based. But first, a little background. If you haven't seen the first video, I was a vegetarian for 9 years. So in 2008, I stopped eating meat, but I still ate dairy and eggs. So I thought I was being fairly healthy, but the problem is, like, I still would get certain ailments, and it really never occurred to me that it was the eggs and the dairy that was causing the rest of this, because I wasn't eating meat, I wasn't eating fish, but I was eating eggs every so often and dairy, because you know what, pizza. And I gotta be honest, these last few days, I have been craving extra cheese pizza. I was like walking through the Target aisle, just like, does Udi's make a gluten-free vegan pizza? They don't. And it's probably better that way, because then I would have to deal with packaging and plastic and, trying to go zero waste. That just does not vibe well with a zero waste life. So I didn't get my pizza, and I think I'm okay now. I don't think I crave it anymore. So, see that, guys? When you have these cravings, they eventually go away. So, some of the amazing things that I have noticed, the changes in my body. I'm 41. So let me just also let you know my age, so you're not thinking like I'm some spring chicken. I'm not. I'm 41. I was born in 76. I only look young, and I say go plant-based, and you too could look like this. But the first thing that I've noticed going plant-based, and this was last year of April when I made the decision, and I went whole foods plant-based, meaning, I don't eat processed food. I probably like 5% of the time I eat processed food. Every now and then I might have a bag of chips, but I really don't eat processed food. Everything I eat, I tend to cook from scratch myself, or if I go out to eat, I'll do some sort of vegetables. And so since I have stopped eating all animal products, first thing is migraines. My migraines have gone away completely. I would get migraines from gluten, so I cut gluten out. I was getting migraines from eggs. I had no idea that all these years, every time I ate eggs, I got a migraine. And if you consider baked goods have eggs in it, you're gonna, I would get headaches. But I just thought this was a natural thing, or the women in my family always got migraines, so I just thought it was a genetic thing, and it probably is genetic, but those were the triggers, whereas someone else can eat eggs and not get a migraine. For me, eggs. Think about it. It's in your brain. I had a friend of mine tell me that gluten is in my head, and I was like, yes, it is, literally, by the way of migraines. But anyway, that's one thing. The first thing that I noticed is that my migraines went away once I gave up eggs. The other thing that I noticed once I gave up dairy, back pain. I used to have chronic back pain. And these were not like simple, I'd have like the everyday aches and pains, and I thought that this was because like I was sleeping wrong. I favored my right side. Maybe I should try my left side. Maybe I need to stretch more. I should do yoga. I came up with all of these different excuses, and because of what I do, I'm constantly lifting heavy boxes and pails. So I'm bringing 40-pound pails up and downstairs. I'm 5'2". I am not a big girl, and I will not share my weight, but I'm petite. So I thought, I'm 41, I'm small, maybe carrying these heavy boxes is what's making my back hurt. And it got to a point once where I couldn't even walk. Like, I was bedridden for a weekend because I couldn't even stand up straight. Gave up dairy. Maybe about a month or so later, I was like, wait a minute, my back pain is gone. This is crazy. Like, I noticed that my back pain was gone, and the only thing that I did differently was no more dairy, no more eggs. And yeah, like, I don't have back pain unless I sleep on a bad bed, which my bed is amazing, so I don't have that. So that's the second thing I noticed since going completely plant-based. Third thing I noticed, I suffer from seborrheic dermatitis. If you're not familiar with seborrheic dermatitis, the other name for it would be cradle cap. But seborrheic dermatitis is like a psoriasis that usually affects the scalp. Doctors don't know why or where. There's no real treatment for it. The shampoos I was using would dry my scalp out, dry my hair out. But really what happens is I would get sore. My scalp would get sore. I would get these scabs in my scalp. Thank goodness I had a lot of hair because no one could see it. You know, when I said seborrheic dermatitis, some people would be like, oh, dandruff. I'm like, no, it's not dandruff. I wish I had dandruff because then I could just use a shampoo. It's not dandruff. So, yeah, at times, like my whole head, I would get a flare up, and it's a form of inflammation, right? So my whole scalp would be inflamed, and it would hurt, and like sore, like someone punched me in my scalp. I thought after I gave up gluten I thought gluten was the main culprit for it. So I would still get flare-ups, and I thought, well, maybe it's stress that's causing. So I can't stress out. No, it was the animal products because animal products promote inflammation. Since I've given it up, seborrheic dermatitis, gone. My scalp loves me again. Yay! So, what else? Ladies, my periods have become so easy that it's not a good thing. And I say it's not a good thing because, you know, when you're about to get your period, you get the telltale signs, you know, you get the back pain, the cramping, the moodiness, the irritability. You get all those things and you're like, it's going to be that time of the month soon. Gone. I have no symptoms. Maybe I'll get a slight headache, but really it's so minor, I don't even notice it most of the time. I think maybe if I stop and think, I'm like, huh, my head hurts. But other than that, like before, especially in my 20s when I was eating a lot of junk food and crap, I used to get heavy menstrual cycles. It would last me 7 full days. 7 full days. Let that sink in. I would get fatigue. I would get headaches. I would get back tension. I would get highly irritable and depressed. I mean, like, I want to stick my head in the oven. The world is better without me depressed. And I'm not saying that lightly. Like, this was an actual physical, emotional feeling that I would get every time of the month. Imagine every month. It was terrible. It was horrible. So I got on the pill. I was on the pill for almost 10 years. And the pill alleviated the moodiness. It alleviated, my hormones were now regulated that I wasn't having suicidal thoughts anymore. I wasn't crying because I saw a puppy commercial. I still cry at puppy commercials, but not as much. But I still got back pain. I still got, the headaches, and I still got tiredness. Like, I would tell people that that time of the month, it felt like someone put kryptonite in my shorts. So being on the pill helped to alleviate some of those symptoms, but it really did not make it go away. went plant-based, and I got off the pill last year at the same time that I got off. I went plant-based, and then I was like, wait a second, I don't have back pain at all. I have no more lower back tension. All of those symptoms that I had, gone. Wow. Seriously, guys, like, I will never go back to eating meat. I will never have dairy again if I can't help it. Except for that one time I ordered a latte and I forgot to tell them to use non-dairy milk, and they gave it to me with dairy milk, and I was gassy for the rest of the day. I have learned my lesson. But yeah, like before I forget, the last thing that has changed my body for the better since going plant-based is I no longer suffer from insomnia. The fact that I can fall asleep like a normal person again without having... I used to take Ambien. I was on Ambien at one point every single night for 2 years straight in my... probably like in my early 30s. I want to say that my insomnia was triggered by a psychological break. It was I guess it's like my Me Too moment when I was sexually harassed on the job by a supervisor, and that just like messed me up. Totally messed me up. I couldn't sleep after that. I literally bumped into walls. I became seriously, what's the word I'm looking for? I thought I saw bugs crawling on the walls. It was just a terrible, terrible feeling when you can't sleep, So I had insomnia for many, many, many years, and people who know me know, sometimes I might get like an hour of sleep out of like 3-4 days, which was terrible. So insomnia gone. I can fall asleep. I still have to have like a good nighttime routine where, you calm things down, you turn the lights down an hour before, you try to stay away from your phone. I'm reading a book, I'm doing these things to tell my brain like, okay, it's time to settle down, it's time to go to sleep. Well, when I do that, I sleep, and I sleep most of the night with like a baby. It's so amazing. So yes, guys, 1 year plant-based vegan. I am so excited. I made it. This is not a diet. This is a lifestyle. It will change your life. I hope you guys watch this and you think about some of those aches and pains, those autoimmune diseases, those little things that you're getting. Not that an autoimmune disease is little. It's not. I worded that wrong. But it could go from those little aches and pains that you think is just a part of getting older to an autoimmune disease, Lifestyle, diet, that all makes a difference. So I'm going to tell you, if you are curious about going plant-based, try it. Try it for a week. Go vegan for a week, Don't go ham. See what I did there? On the weekends, but definitely I would say try it and see what happens. You're going to see a difference. I did. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you got some awesome information out of this and that my journey inspires you on yours. All right, I will check you out again soon. Thanks, guys.